Jose. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting game here between two of our, how can we say, top community members for this league? No, not.
Well, they're in the final.
They're in the final. So, yeah. So, let's put it this way. November top final players, Micheal and Dolfie, facing each other in this awesome match. We are joined by Charlie. Welcome, Charlie.
Hello, and thank you.
Thank you for joining us. John will be joining us a bit later, so you should be here soon. And for those who don't know, Charlie is a reigning champion in one of the Gold Squadron podcasts. Free shout out, guys. One of the tournaments that was held last year. So once again, well done on that win, Mr. Charlie.
Thank you.
Cool. So let's check quickly what's going on here. List-wise, yes.
Can you start while I talk about the list? Can you just import them on the score sheet so they can see the score?
The score sheet.
The two Yaspi links.
Yes.
In game on the score tracker.
Do you want them there? Okay, give me a second.
It's for them as well.
That's fine. So let me just move it over.
Because I'm actually looking live, so I'm not on the stream, so I can't see the overlay.
Perfect. Okay, so I just need to give it to them quickly. Right, guys.
So
for those who are watching the stream quickly, it's going to be a bit of a camera shift. So yeah.
Okay. I think Dolph quickly added up. I think he looks at 197.
Yes, Dolph is running 197.
Okay, and Micheal, I think, is a full 200.
Yes, Micheal is a full 200 points. Yes, Dolfie running the Galactic Republic, while Micheal running Scum and Villainy.
Okay.
Let me get those links up for you guys quickly.
So Dolph took the bid, gave the first player away. He had a bid.
Yes, you gave it to Micheal.
Obvious reasons, just for Anakin, for Obi Wan with Boba.
Yes. So let me just get,
Anakin had it regardless, so that's, I think, it was pretty much a Dolph played a lot similar list this season and both was. I think that's why Micheal went for the full 200.
Yes, we are.
So the first list, let's say, okay.
It's Micheal's list.
Start with Scum. Bosk does this after neutralized results. If he has a crit, he can change the crit to 2 hits. So it's almost like effectively dealing directly automatically.
Basically,
marksmanship. Obviously, if you're in the bullseye arc, if there's a crit, you can make. If there's a normal, you can make it a crit. So it's proxy's ability effectively to make it double it. Jamming beam just because it's 0 points. I don't see him using it once. Seeing nobody fires after him. More for the forwards. Greedo is for the auto crit if it shoots him, but it will proc if he's targeted twice from crits against him. But the thing is, it makes him a juice target. Bosk is there. He is there to die and kill something. Deadman switch obvious purposes in battle to remove his red token stress if he stands still. So the idea then is Boba, classic Boba, reroll Swift and 1, Lone Wolf, because there's only 2 ships and Bosk is depending to die sooner. Might be different here. Then Jamming Beam again, Proximity Mines, obvious reasons, which is less effective versus Jedi, as long as you remember it.
Yes.
Double cloaking device, shield upgrades, Slave 1, but the new the separate Slave 1, meaning within his back arc he gets to make 1 need a crit.
Yes.
And Han Solo full mods, which basically replaces the old, not as good, but it's new Force. It's more slot.
Correct.
Full 200. So
this list looks like it's a very, very, very awesome crit generator. Honestly.
Yeah,
he's just pushing out those crits.
Bosk wants crit, not for the crits per se, just to get the damage then.
You can split that 1 crit into 2 hits.
Then Dolph is 2 V19s, 25 points, initiative 2 classics as placeholders.
They're just there to make nonsense.
They just a cannon fodder, but they're effective.
Yes.
Then Obi Wan, classic Obi Wan Delta 7B configuration, art of region in spare parts canister, which could Boba looks first. Well, in this case, I think it was a cushion against Boba if I had to bid, otherwise, an extra charge
Yeah.
or even a lot, but it's nice, it's free. And then the new ETA for Anakin with extreme maneuvers, which I think is amazing on him. I mean, it's just makes so maneuverable.
Oh
Predator
yes.
for going for bullseye in any case, and R5 for the region because it can seeing only has 3 holes. Um, so the list is basically Dolph needs to get Bosk down quickly. He
Yeah,
is there
that's going to
to
be his
die
main
quickly.
focus. Yeah.
The thing is just Bosk. While Bosk is on the table, I don't think Anakin can risk getting near at all. But if he gets Bosk down for even Obi Wan and the two V19 straight, and Anakin is fine. And this time, I think it's fine for him. So that's why Bosk is his point. It's just, but if the thing is, uh, Obi Wan and Anakin is a threat for Boba. Not a threat as in the late game. If Boba gets half and he regens full, is more than Boba's. The moment he's in front of those two ships, he will just start avoiding Boba and seeing they move last. It will be really hard for him to get shots.
Yes.
You can just go for the bump or just double reposition both to avoid the shots. He
Yeah.
doesn't need to get the points. Usually that's one thing, but if Boba is fairly full with versus one of them, it's going to be a real hard battle. So my prediction is for Dolph is going to focus on Bosk, and depending on the damage Bosk does, if it's a full Boba versus either way full of him, I think if it's 1 or 2 points away, I think the initiative will be meaningful. But it's Boba, and I mean,
It's Boba.
I'm just
It's of
scared about
that.
that Bosk with the 180 arc.
Yeah.
Anakin is so neutered. I mean, if he's going to be range 3, I mean, if one hit goes through, that means it's a guaranteed half point just there. Just, I mean, for being a 180 arc.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
with the
he's
force,
very
and he
soft.
has
Yeah.
Zam Whistle, which means he shoots first is almost a guaranteed target lock. I mean, most of the time on Anakin, meaning double mods on Anakin means once goes through is half point. So yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
No,
going to
definitely.
be
You don't want that little hit on. You don't want that hit on Anakin very early in the game. Definitely
that
not.
that is why he's playing Boba close by Bosk. So Anakin is effective because he cannot risk that pot shot because Anakin needs to win the game for him if he wants to win it.
Well, I
So
mean,
that's
it's going to be Anakin and Obi Wan needs to help carry this game further. So.
yeah, but I mean Anakin is not really going to help, and he's going to face that initially because Bosk is not going to die in 2 rounds. It's better than the 2 or 3 rounds. And while there's Anakin needs to be really careful. I'm just saying, if Bosk is a scare factor for Anakin,
Exactly.
easily, and he has 1.5 ships left of Boba, then he's fine. I think that's basically his plan.
That's
And
great. Yes.
and it's quite easy for Micheal. He just knows Bosk is a large base, not a very maneuverable ship. So it's easy for him what he needs to do. Go straight forward, shoot most desirable target. Every shot he has on one of the aces, he takes it.
Mm.
Like in this case, he'll definitely shoot at Obi-Wan back eventually.
Yeah.
Just reasons. He needs to basically trade one and the two, then it did his job. Not even a trade. I mean, yeah.
I see you, John, joined us as well. Welcome, John.
Ah, thank you for having me on here.
Cool.
Happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us
Sorry
for this
for
game tonight.
sorry for being a tad late.
That's not a problem, man. Not a
But
problem.
we're here now.
That's all good. All good.
But
Broken
also
right
was that was also following what the action while I was out quickly.
Yes.
I think Charlie has pretty much covered most of the things I was thinking about as well.
Yes.
I'm quite surprised Dolph came in so aggressively with Obi Wan.
Yes.
But at the same time, I suppose he doesn't want those torrents to get isolated by Bosk and Boba, because if those two can focus fire, those torrents can be annihilated very quickly.
Mm.
Well, it does. It's a good throw, but it doesn't
and
matter
Bosk-
because he had to reinforce. So
Yeah.
it's one shield.
It's one shield, yeah.
It's still a slightly favourable engagement for Dolph, seeing 3 ships versus 1, with Boba not shooting. I think that's what, as you said, I think he wanted to lay a bit more. I think he wanted
So
2
Zam
shields
is
there.
triggered. Zam is triggered. That will allow him to regen a charge, and I get a lock onto Obi Wan,
Which is kind of exactly as expected. I mean,
which does not give him full mods, which means 1 damage through gives him 2 damage into Obi.
yep.
So he's now shooting back with his Zam charge, basically.
No, Zan gave. Well, he's shooting now, so he got a target lock on Obi.
Oh, yes.
So
Yes.
he's basically shooting 3 versus 3
Yes.
with soft double mods.
Yes. Okay, so Bosk is shooting back at Obi.
This is exactly as scripted, though. So, I mean,
Yep.
no surprise.
Okay, so we've got
Natural crit.
a hit,
Already.
crit, and a blank. That's a reroll with target lock. He rerolls that
force.
into a focus.
So Dolph needs
And then uses Greedo to change the hit to a crit.
Oh,
needs three paints, huh?
He needs 3 paint to avoid 2 damage minimum.
Minimum.
he changes that to a crit.
Oh! That's
That's
going to be a crit as well. That's a crit as well.
he changes that crit.
Changes 1 crit to 2 hits. So that's 3 shields and a crit going into Obi-Wan. That is huge
Obi-Wan.
on the first turn.
And traded for 1 shield. That's the problem with Bosk, huh? It's hard to trade with him.
You have to be really committed if you're going to take Bosk head on.
Yo, that is half points for Micheal.
Initially, obviously, he has triple regen, but the thing is,
Obi's positioning is not brilliant.
that's what I'm saying.
He has very few channels to run away in, and Bosk and Boba are both in positions where they can follow him next turn.
He was actually range 3 with force, and you won't expect to take 4 damage with a Jedi in that position. But that's what happens.
Okay, so we've got 2 hits and 2 hits on Bosk.
As reinforced, so 1 shield.
It's going to be 1 shield irrespectively. Yeah.
You already used this block.
And nobody can. He may acquire a second lock. The ability can be reused.
Okay, so the second
That's
shot.
why he now has regenerated 2 charges, and Zam's ability now is fully active.
That would be obviously the second shot from yellow.
That's pretty good. I actually didn't know that.
Yes, I also didn't realize that until recently as well. It's far more effective than I thought.
Bosk gets another evade and a blank, so that is Bosk's shields down completely.
So that was 3 shields and a crit into Obi. What was the crit?
What was the crit? Sorry.
No, it was straight shields.
Pilot,
Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, yeah.
not a major.
Stunt pilot Obi. I do apologize.
And he traded that for 3 shields on Bosk. I think that's a very favorable trade in Micheal's favor, but
If it means if the trade was to kill Bosk, I would say Dolph would be fine with the regions, but I think the state being.
I think we're definitely going to see
Obi is out of the fight the next
turn.
turn. I don't think he can afford to engage with having a 3 possible regen still. He needs to use it because if
if we could see a possible stop from Boss and a decloak with a 1 hard from Boba, covering that whole area.
I actually see a 3. My prediction would be it's very hard for Anakin. He would. It's probably going to be a 3 bank with Obi left and Bell and regen.
Roll boost regen.
Yeah, and I think he might do a extreme maneuvers one turn with Anakin and one turn back in to get the shot. Just
I always believe into
on
Bosk as well.
not Bosk or Bosk if he stands still. That will actually be an amazing move if Bosk stands still because he would probably get Bullseye Arc as well for Predator, and obviously one forward with the rest. But
And he'll most likely have a double tap active this turn. He'll most likely pick the first condition of Zam Vessel, which allows him to perform a second attack once he's been attacked.
the problem is with that, Jonas, if Anakin shoots first and arc dodges him, he completely nullifies the condition.
It does not, because the second attack ability is triggered by after you defend. The only thing that flips the condition is as you defend. It's like the target acquiring target.
I heard you say so he can actually wait to use it.
He can choose when he uses to double tap.
Okay.
So it's like a delayed trigger in a sense of way.
You can choose to delay it.
Yeah.
So in other words, you probably just double the. So what you're saying is, red, Torrent might be in a pain of hurt this turn.
Both turns, depending on.
No, but he already has a target lock on him, so.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
A little bit of a repositioning
one
there.
has the potential to one-shot a torrent.
I feel a potential. No, he didn't drop the bomb from Boba.
No, he wouldn't have dropped it. He would have just barrel left and bank a boost away then.
You also can't drop a bomb in the same turn that.
As you decloak, of course. And doesn't have a bomb. True. Remember, it's proximity mine, eh?
Proximity mines, yes.
Yes.
But I was thinking then if Obi Wan does do the 3 bank left and boost and barrels in, he might trigger.
Well, he obviously won't just go over the barrel.
Yeah, correct. Torrance came in with one forwards.
Boss does the and Boss did a one bank to the right. Looking for that Obi shot.
They are going for Obi straight up the bat.
Oh, and is Micheal going for the block with Boba?
Is he thinking of that boost? Is he thinking of it? He does it. Ooh.
If he does a 3 turn, he's free.
Ooh. This is going to be interesting.
The Delta doesn't have a 3 turn. Oh, that might be a dead Obi. That very well might just be a dead Obi.
That's a good thing because I don't think even Obi is going to shoot. He probably regened, I assume. Yes, he did. Okay.
So Obi's 3 health left.
And check. I don't think Red has arc, huh? Red, no, doesn't.
That's very tough for Red having arc on
No, he doesn't.
Well.
I can tell you now he doesn't.
Ooh, he might. It's a very, very close call. Yeah, it's a very close call. From this angle.
Oh, and Anakin coming in front of Boba.
That is very risky.
Takes the evade.
Fair enough.
He's going on the defensive, yeah.
Well, he has Force and Predator, so.
Yeah, definitely. He did use one Force stuck in here.
And the shields are down of Bosk, so it's auto crit.
Yeah.
The advantage for Dolph this turn is that if Obi doesn't have, seeing as Obi can't shoot,
shoot. Otherwise, that's what it's first.
So he can't shoot because he has a weapons disarm token.
Oh, that's why.
But it also means Bosk can't get a target lock with Zam Vessel if he chose to use the target lock card condition as opposed to the double tap one. But we'll find out now after Anakin shoots.
Anakin shoots range 1 into... it's range 3 into Bosk.
That's correct, range 3 into Bosk.
Range 3 into Bosk. We have a hit. No,
I don't think he forgot about Predator.
2 crits. No, he did reroll, I think. There was a...
No, he used the Force.
Oh, they used the Force. Nope, that is a blank. And Micheal rolled 2 evades. Wow.
It was very fortunate. He did have reinforce as well, though, so...
Boba shooting next.
Dolphus
Range
forgot
1
to enter there.
into Anakin.
Cool. Range 1 into Anakin.
Anakin 1 force and 1 evade.
Oh!
And some natties right there. 3 hits and a
And it's a
crit.
crit, no?
Oh, that's going to be 3 evades. Has to spend it all.
Yeah, suspend it all.
But that's still a crit. That's a crit into Anakin.
Unless he decides.
And on 0 force. Which
Ouch.
means no extreme maneuvers next turn.
Crit into
No, you
Anakin.
can do it. Oh, no extreme maneuvers.
What have we got? We got another stunt pilot. These stunt pilots are creeping up on everyone at the moment. Look at that. Oh.
Now I think it's Bosk's turn. Yeah.
Fast to fire,
So
yeah.
Bosk has a single mod. He just has his force. Oh, the triggering Zam.
Obviously, the
You should thank me.
It is the after you defend, acquire a lock on the attacker. So Bosk is, I believe, is going to get a lock on Anakin.
Or you might even go for Obi Wan.
no.
No,
Well-
it must be on the defender.
Oh,
He
yes,
doesn't have to
okay.
shoot him though.
That's just got a lovely cup of coffee. Yeah.
The problem is he has to go for Obi. Exactly.
So he's
because
going range 2 into Obi.
You cannot afford him to go for all that regens, huh? Even, I mean,
That's a hit crit. That's
he crits. So
2 crits.
Obi
No,
needs
hit
to
crit.
paint. He has the force, but
He
Oh,
needs it
oh,
one.
So that's 2 damage. That's another shield and another hit.
Unless Micheal changes that to 2
no,
damage.
remember,
He changes it.
it's one hit. Yeah, it's one. Yeah, it's one in the shield and one in the hull.
Yeah.
Another one in the hull. That's what I mean.
It's such a powerful ability.
Oh,
Well, it's just an
Awesome.
auto direct hit, basically.
yes.
Yeah, it's just so consistent.
Oh. Well, as current standing at the moment, 70 minutes left in the game. 41 points for Micheal and 0 points for Dolph. Obi Wan has been half points already.
Dolph
And
see.
really needs these torrents to pull through here on this attack and really do some damage to Boss.
Well, torrent.
Torrent.
Yeah.
That's a crit hit.
Unfortunately, that yellow torrent looks like it's also in Bosk's rear arc, so he will most likely not get
No,
reinforced.
what do you call it? He's flanking him.
Yeah, he's in. There we go. He's in both arcs.
So it's flanking. So
Reinforce is not active.
Yep.
so it's hit, crit. That's actually a pretty good roll.
You can still use the force to negate one crit and negate one hit there if he wants to.
Well, you're obviously going to do it.
Yeah.
Mm. They're discussing it.
There we go. Spins it.
So it's a hit
So
crit.
that'll be a hit crit into Bosk, which is still not half points.
Nope. Hit and a crit into Bosk. What is that crit coming down?
Hell breach.
If the red one could have shot now, it
Breach.
could have been interesting.
Yeah, when Hell breach gets triggered on Bosk, you can kill him very quickly if you get a couple hits through, because those crits can start to pop up incredibly quickly. I believe at one point there was a match in the States where someone got 16 damage cards from a single attack because of a Hull breach.
Yeah, it happens.
Ooh, that was so close.
So Charlie, what do you think of the state of the game so far?
If red had a shot now, I think it would have been closer now because of the whole breach and stuff. But I think Dolph didn't do enough to get. I mean, he might get boss down, but he needed like a damage Boba versus a full Anakin, and he can just get him off, and then he can just evade him for the rest of the game. because okay, Bosk is probably he can he probably stands still, huh?
I would expect the stop.
Yeah, stand still. It's probably
Should still, unless, but I would also expect Obi Wan to be 5 straighting.
not
Or
five,
no,
four.
I would say
but
Obi-Wan would
he
like
must be
maybe.
wary because Boba most likely will be dropping a prox this turn as well.
So that's what. Now I'll do the 2 bank, and I'll just regen and bail that way out because Boba has a very hard time. Um, he won't have
I would
arc needs.
expect, seeing as Boba's stressed, I would be expecting Boba to just 1 bank to the left, block off Anakin's escape to the right, while still covering Obi's escape to the left.
Yes. A good move would be probably. Let me just think this through.
A too hard from Obi could potentially just fit around that rock as well, and even if it
No, it
doesn't, he
will.
does still get access to the fine-tune controls ability of the ship.
I'll do I'll do a
Spin
2
buff.
bank bow and do a double and yes,
He
2
barrel rolls
regen
to the
left.
left, boost to the left, and then no, he's got 1 regen left.
Yes, spare parts canister. So a tricky one
Oh
might be
yes,
actually
yes,
do a 2 turn drop spare parts on
Boba.
Boba, but that won't make a huge difference. It'll just stress him. But I mean, it's just going to
Boba's
clear the
most,
one stress. It's just stopping him
and
from one
he's
action.
yeah. It does stop Boba using Hard Gunner, but that's not
As
too
I'm
big a
saying, it's not
loss,
great, but I mean, I don't think it's whatever.
especially given the state of the board.
Yeah, the
Currently.
V1s, Voska's nicely in the way for the V1s there.
He's blocking up the
I
yellow
will definitely, I
efforts.
will stand still if Bosk gets spare because he's going to block them. He doesn't want to give them a whole big shots at them.
And with that stop, he should still get a shot on at least Anakin or Obi, depending on if they run or not. And how far.
Blue might get with a 1 bank, might get a tap onto Bosk. I don't, yellow's, don't see anything yellow's going to do.
Yeah, yellow, unless he goes straight, is most likely going to be bumping Boss.
Yep. And the thing is, if he's sneaky with Anakin going for the deliberate bump, maybe against Bosk.
Does still potentially leave him to be hit by Boba from his real arc.
If Boba does the 1 bank, which he kind of almost guarantee is doing.
Yeah, it's the only position where he doesn't. Where
I
he
mean,
can
doesn't
remove the
just
stress
exactly.
and not
So
bump.
that's why I say that's. But you can't regen, you know. Well, that's what I would.
Or, what would you think of Boba just doing a 1 forward and staying put, blocking Obi if he tries to go the other way potentially, and then still covering Anakin. And covering Anakin if he tries to run to the left as well.
Obi will go left because he's going to drop Prox Mine. It's hard in the way, and he will regen. So he's not going to try to get damage with Obi.
But
That's what I mean. So instead, do a 1 forward with Boba Fett, bump Obi-Wan, and block off that channel for Anakin to go anywhere. And if you then stop with Boss, you can then literally do what you did with Obi-Wan, but with Anakin instead. And then if Anakin tries to run to the right instead, Boss should still get a shot on him, and Boba should still have a shot.
It's all about the turn.
Yep. Oh, here we go. It looks like systems phase is starting.
I would drop a proximity mine right now.
No, obviously he's dropping it. That's, I mean, no brainer.
Micheal definitely agrees. There goes the procs. And yes, on Zam's condition as well. Right then. Torrents to go.
Maybe Obi. Anakin.
Oh yes, Anakin's systems phase.
Correct, yeah.
I think he probably is going 1 hard with Anakin. 5 hard with Anakin, huh?
He's pre-maneuver barrel.
Okay.
Ooh, is he worried that he might hit that proc?
No, I'm saying is if he could just 5 hard falls, doesn't get shot from either, and the next then, I mean, he's behind Bosk, and then, oh, that's fit, huh? Good move.
That's a flippin' excellent move.
3K turn from Dolph.
I thought it's gonna. Oh, it's okay. But that's kind of the predicted moves. If he stands still, yeah, so. Torrance did good. He's definitely standing still. He must, eh?
It's the best, most effective maneuver.
Yes, there it is, okay.
There he stops.
There we go.
It's weird that he barreled. I wonder what he's doing with
It's such an effective system where you can stop and you still have your force for a focus mod and you can still get your target lock from Zam.
Get the Zam, yeah.
And there's the one bank.
There's the one bank we saw.
Yep.
Interesting.
He's going to lose Anakin this turn.
Interesting to note as well. From doing that pre-maneuver barrel roll with Anakin, has 0 force.
0 force. That's why. That's basically why the move is a bit weird to me. Not the move per se. I'm just saying I would have just. Well, if he went 5 forward, he would have been at no shots at Anakin. It's boosting, obviously.
But that does leave the left open for Anakin to potentially run into now.
That was a weird move, actually, to be honest. Because he just gave distance to Obi, which is going to regen and run. And Anakin, well, he didn't have a shot at Anakin. Besides, if Anakin did a 2 forward, but I don't think he would have done that. The thing is,
I think he's looking to block off Anakin's escape route. Because if Anakin goes to the left, he's got the bomb there, so he can't get out of Bosk's arc. Now, if he goes to the right, he also can't get out of Bosk's arc.
That's why.
Oh! He must have forgotten about the prox mines, because there goes Obi.
Well, he's reaching one.
Through. Doesn't it? Did he regen?
I think he's gonna turn it now. He didn't.
That's dead. He forgot to regen.
No, but he hasn't rolled anything yet. The prox mine guaranteed crit.
One guaranteed damage hit, and then roll 2 dice.
Doesn't matter what
damage you roll.
Yep.
Oh no. Are they discussing about the regen?
He obviously forgot. He had to forget the bombs because that was like so scripted into the bombs.
He must have forgotten about the bombs, and he must have forgotten about his regen.
That is the damage from the bomb?
No, I don't think he forgot
but
about
they're saying it didn't matter anyway. Because Dolfie.
Yeah, I think that's why they were checking, maybe.
Yeah, correct.
But I think
there we go.
That's what I expect it's going to do from,
Now, Anakin's barrel rolled already. So...
He can't barrel roll again.
The only thing he can do is boost, and... I don't think a boost gets him out of arc.
You literally can take focus and pray.
Or in evade and pray.
Focus or evade, yeah.
Evade probably better.
Evade might be better, yeah.
Bosk range 1, if I was him, I'd also not shoot with Anakin.
No, you cannot do that because of the... Yeah, but I must say, if Anakin dies, it's game over.
Yeah, there's no way the Torrents can take on just Boba by himself alone.
I think, he didn't take a shot, huh? No, he's taking it. Okay. Wonder what he's...
So that's one, he's taking the shot, that's 1 damage into boss. Or 1 crit. Greedo.
You can stop it if he wants to.
It's going to be a crit regardless. So it's going to be a crit regardless. Oh, spends it.
Oh, wow.
But he's going to get his lock now.
I would have gone all in on
No,
Anakin.
he's going for the double tap. He is activated. You'd better mean business condition. So
Sure.
that now, after defending, allows him to perform a second attack.
Why did you think he take
Or
the?
a bonus attack.
Why do you think he used his force?
Oh,
I think he's just going, for, by the looks of it, to roll the max amount of dice into.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. The
Anakin.
force is for the. If he gets 4 hits now, Anakin's dead, guaranteed. Now it's 1.
Yes, I'm very surprised he spent the force. I'm very surprised he didn't go for the target lock ability.
so that was a crit.
Not even the target look. I'm just saying it's the. Sure, I agree with that. Just the.
So it looks like Anakin
I would have taken the
might actually
damage
live
and
this round.
kind of double mods or. Well, he has a shot left.
Yes, but he now also has no natural way to generate a crit.
Yep.
So now it's the boss shot again. Into Annie.
Oh, and he
crit.
rolls a natural crit with 2 hits. And he needs full paint to survive.
2 paints.
Oh!
It's dead.
Doesn't even get 1 evade.
Doesn't matter.
That is.
He uses
Goodbye,
the evade.
Oh, you know what? He used his
Uses evade, but it's
you
not
should
enough.
have used R5, huh? I used evade. Yeah, no, that's.
Bye bye, miss this Anakin guy.
Oh,
Maybe
Yunna.
later, someday later.
Well
I think I can
done.
stop it now because even if the torrents kill him,
When Obi made him fry.
Yeah. Points are looking all in the favor of Mr. Micheal. 147 over 0.
it's not even that. I mean, even if they kill him now,
I think
Torrents.
it's. I think this certainly it was quite interesting in the first few rounds to see how aggressive Dolph was with the Jedi. It really allowed Micheal, who to his credit also played quite aggressively, recognizing the fact that he needed to take control of the board early on. Just gave Dolph that little bit of upper hand, but. I mean, gave Micheal that little
the
bit
thing
of
is,
upper
the one at the
hand,
off is
but-
hard to dodge, and 3 versus 1 ship, you would expect to take it on with evade
yes.
and force.
That's what I was going to. I was going to say there.
And it took 4 damage with evade and force, and I think that was basically the bit harsh. I mean, it was against the grain, but not saying that's the reason why. Just
No,
I understand why it went hard.
agree.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I agree. It's a difficult decision, and it is an unfortunate roll, 100%. I mean, to blank out when you've got full force and at range 3 is really, really harsh, especially against someone like Bosk.
Yeah.
Remember, I think he would have been fine to trade Obi for Bosk effectively. Yeah.
No, I would agree, because then there would definitely be Boba would struggle against 2 torrents and Anakin together. Potentially even a single torrent in Anakin.
Even Anakin alone versus Boba with full and Anakin and Boba being damaged, I would have been fine. As in, he just needs to get them off, and then
Yes.
he just evades and bumps them every single time. And the problems of extreme maneuvers. I mean, he can do such weird moves for. I mean, he can. It's hard to catch him basically.
It's gonna be difficult.
Yes,
now.
no, when Anakin gets going, geez, he can be impossible.
But I think they're just going through the motions now. I mean,
and he takes that whole breach away.
Yes.
I mean, even if they get bossed down miraculously, what then?
We'll see.
Well, still a lot of playtime left, so anything can happen.
No.
Hey, who am I to say? I'm just just a host.
It is unfortunate that the game. It's just a
the thing is,
formality at this point.
And the Bosk Boba list with the old Maul on Boba was a beast because you have this hammer and Bosk getting. I mean, he trades usually more than he's worth, but the thing is, he basically he gets the thing down that's going to kill Boba, and Boba just gets in front of, and then with Slave 1, he just basically wins the game on points. It's not the MOV friendly list, but...
No, you see, that's where it's interesting, because Micheal's list does not actually have Slave 1.
No, I said the old one with Slave 1 and
oh yes,
and Boba and Maul on Boba. No, the Maul and the old Slave 1.
Yes, that was a very, very powerful combination. Potentially,
that's what I'm saying. I think this is a more fair one because Boba is not that.
It's interesting because in that last points update, yeah, Boba lost a very powerful upgrade in Maul or access to it, but then in the response to that, Bosk also got access to a very reasonably priced 4-point Zam Vessel. Who is sure. Seems like that missing crew for Bosk that gets him that extra mod, because it's always been Bosk's biggest problem is trying to get those mods that he needs.
No, fair enough. I like it. What I'm saying is the thing is Bosk was always. I always said the 180 arc versus Aces. I mean, he's especially with Zam Vessel, he's so fine actually trading the shots.
Completely.
To Ace, and I mean. It's so hard for them not to trade shots initially. Somebody like... The thing is about Bosk is you need almost trade the shots, get behind them, and then he's in trouble. So you need more like the beefy aces, or like a red line, or a bow or something, you know what I mean? Or a Neen, for example.
You need something that is big enough to distract Bosk, that will allow other things to get behind him.
Well, not even distract. I'm just saying there's certain aces. I mean, as I said, like Neen, for example, won't mind Bosk so much. Because they can take lever of the punch, and once they're behind him, it's fine.
But don't forget that Bosk actually far more. The less agility you have, the better for Bosk, because it's just the more likely that he's going to get to trigger his ability now.
Yeah, but okay. Bosk is a good ice killer. I like him. As I'm saying, he dies. He's swarm vulnerable. Put it like that.
Not necessarily, because he throws down that reinforce.
Okay, and you jam it.
Most swarms are low initiative, and also lower initiative than Bosk, and also low in health generally. And so Bosk with a reinforce and his ability plus Boba, there's a very good chance that they can take a ship off the board before he shoots. Along with Bosk having
the promise is just 6 coming through. I'm just saying a 2-ship list versus an 8-ship list. I would say 95% chance for that.
I don't know. You see, because I agree with you that
I do. I want Coruscant.
Wow. Okay.
Guys,
this might just be a
I just wanted to say, I think Micheal took the wrong maneuver there.
Yes.
I'm joking. In any case,
serious. This might have just flipped the game on its head.
It might have, yes.
Did he make a mistake, like actual mistake, or?
He dialed in a 1 forward. I think he wanted to do a 1 bank left. He did want to reset his dial. Seems like it.
Oh, they're accepting it. It looks. Are they?
He must undo it before he does anything else. Well, he shouldn't.
Let's see what happens.
The thing is, in any case, John, while they sort it out.
Oh, there we go. He's changing it.
I think Bosk is a fun ship. He's a good scummy ship. I don't think it's as good versus Swarm as you might think he is, but I mean, I like what he brings to the table. Let's put it like that.
Well, if I might, on the Swarm note as well, though, yeah, Bosk may not be very effective against a Swarm, but his survivability is definitely enhanced by Reinforce, and combine that with the fact that Boba is a super effective weapon against a Swarm.
Less though, without
now yes,
sure, I agree he was, but I say less without more, but sure.
But Maul offered the opportunity to change a single focus result. And
no idea Not really. Yeah, maybe 2 if he needed it, due to the bad round, because you can just fly over and shoot from the back and get another force for stress.
But that's what I'm saying. So Han Solo Gunner is to a degree in a similar manner as Maul. It's
The
not
stress
as
makes it
good.
hard. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what? There was a good combo with Perceptive Co-Pilot and Han Gunner. It's more expensive. I that was a good alternative to Maul, in my opinion, due to the double focus for the shot and the defense.
I would agree. Unfortunately,
You
that
know,
combo does not work
actually,
anymore as well.
there was a problem with Boba. He was too good, but then they made him too expensive, then they made him too cheap again. I actually
What?
think taking the crew slot away is a good fix for him. Because if they just overcost him again, he's just going to be the point that nobody plays him or he's the solo target. And I mean, if you really nuke him, I mean, doesn't survive. I think it's a good move. That's my point for taking the crew slot away.
Um,
I understand people is going to be
see, I
upset. I'm
think
just saying, I think it's a fairly nice middle ground.
Yeah.
I would agree in the sense of because that's the kind of fixes they're going for, where they don't want to change card, text, and that kind of stuff. Because I personally feel the most effective fix for Boba would actually be just make his ability charge based, meaning whether he has
Yes, I
multiple
know what you
charge.
mean. He has like all dry or whatever, but that's the same concept. It's an easy fix for the Nantics. Stop. I mean, they have a bigger problem with the Nantics. Make them too cheap, you spam them. Make them too cheap, they get in snare. You know, with the ability not. If they could have just said from the start the ability is meant for bombs. I mean, you have to complete your maneuver, fully execute.
So yellow took
Yes,
a one hit there.
that's what I say. It's a then they clearly don't want to find ways of fixing cards through changing text. They want to minimize
Honestly,
that as much as possible,
I've won a
which is a bit
hyperspace with
disappointing.
Boba and Koshka, and I think he's probably my best ship in the game. Simply the best and also the most fun. Not necessarily the best per points, but I mean best what he can do, possibility. I think old school Anakin is probably better. I mean, if you go what he could have done. I mean, the region Anakin for 80 points, all that bullshit. Um,
Mm.
I really liked him, and I think but I would admit,
Looks like Boba took
In
another
terms
hit.
of consistent performance across the whole of second edition so far, Boba has been the best
Bosca.
performer, I think,
yeah,
the most
I
consistent
think the
performer.
crew slot is a fair adjustment. It's what I want to say.
It is thematically accurate as well to a degree. Boba was famously a lone wolf, a worker by
Remember,
himself,
what's
most
the other
bounty
ship
hunter.
that couldn't also take a crew slot? Only him. The one
There's
pilot.
there's the R2D2 Y-wing pilot.
No, there's the one pilot that also. Oh no, sorry. Which is a bit weird. Is the Han Solo not able to take a illicit?
Oh, that one. Oh, like.
But
I
it's
see
a,
what you're
but
saying.
it's a but it's actually a pilot specific thing. It's not a ship specific thing.
So, like, Lando can still take illicits, Leia can
Yeah,
still take illicits in the Falcon, correct?
I think it's the Falcon. That's what I mean. It's one of the ships that basically but which is fine. I say this thematically. Any case, what Boba does, I think it's fair, especially with.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
Guys, 1 second, please. Can you guys maybe just confirm that crit that was dealt on Gold Squadron Trooper 2, the yellow one?
I can confirm it was a disabled power regulator,
Disabled
which
power regulator.
should trigger now this turn.
And he's on 5 hull left, right? Sorry, 4 hull left.
yeah.
Cool.
I wondered. Interesting thing is, um, I don't know exactly what happened. If with Carl with Boba, I mean, if he did it honest mistake, but if this was a series to 20, and if you played as you see, you would have just lost the game there.
Yeah, he would have basically been.
He
Yeah,
would have flown 120 points off the board, or 115 points.
that's correct. Yes,
Pretty much. Effectively.
120, yeah.
it's yeah. Effectively, because this is a final game, you should have actually kept it like that.
I
But
think Dolph took it in good spirit then.
yeah, that's that.
I think, yeah.
Once again, it's up to
I
the
think
opponents.
Yes.
Um,
I would agree. very much up to your own personal discretion. In my opinion, there's neither right or wrong. You shouldn't there's no damning of anyone who does not let that does say no, it must go off the board. There's nothing wrong with that. But
you know what I'm saying is
when someone shows good sportsmanship.
I'll probably give it to Bauer because there's no way in hell he would have 201 forward.
No.
He probably didn't set the dial from the previous turns. I usually would give it to the guy as well.
Yeah.
If he says I meant to one turn and hits on a rock, I'm saying, dude, come on. You know what I mean?
Yes, but flying, especially a move like that, I would agree. When you can see that it is a clear mistake. What can also happen with these dials on Tabletop Simulator, when you click the set dial, there's a set button on the dial. There's also a left and right button, and sometimes as you click to set, you can accidentally click those left or right buttons, and that shifts your selected maneuver left or right, depending on which button you click, which can be really frustrating.
Yeah, no, definitely. You're dialing that maneuver you don't want.
I think the game's over.
Is Dolph calling it or not?
I think he has, because they just talking now for a while now. I mean, what else?
Yes, it looks like it.
The thing is, the mere fact that he allowed Micheal to correct that move, I think he basically is whatever mode.
I think Dolph himself knows that also it would be a pretty...
Yeah, I mean, if it wins you a home mortgage, fine, tough this.
Oh, completely. If this was a final of Worlds or whatever, no, that ship's going off the board. Sorry, you made that mistake.
That's correct, yeah.
But as I say, it's up to the opponent's discretion. I personally feel, and Dolph was the good guy today. The nice guy.
As this is a community-driven fun tournament, fun league, so yeah, guys
Let's just confirm all them.
Yeah, let's go check quickly what they say, because it doesn't look like they're putting dials in, so they might just be calling it.
I believe that it looks like it.
Yeah, I think we can jump over. I think it's over. Just think they went for smoke, whatever.
Is it?
Well then, congratulations to Micheal on winning.
Yeah, definitely. Micheal definitely hit those shots quite spot on in this game. Definitely.
I think he played aggressively from the start, which I think is what he needed to do.
Yeah.
It forced Dolph to potentially change his plan. Maybe he had to be a turn as Jedi and a turn earlier than he had hoped.
Yes.
We don't know, but well done to Micheal overall.
Yes, well, that seems like it, guys. Yo, it was the shortest final I've ever seen.
That's no longer, just to clarify, no longer Black Label Squadron on top. It is now Crit Happens on top.
Well done, Crit Happens. Well done. Right, so I think that's it for the game. It seems like they might not continue. Let's give it like a few seconds. I think Charlie did confirm it just now. Let's just see what's happening. I think that is... Let me just check with him quickly. Yeah, are they done?
Yeah, please.
Okay, cool, right. Okay, perfect. So let me then, looks like it's that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks very much, Charlie and John, for joining us for the commentary. We had a silent Leon as well, but he's just there.
And seeing it's the final score as you can see it, but I mean it's half past.
Yes,
no, 40.
There is there's a
game 220. I don't know what happened. They stopped. It was
it was 147.40 when they stopped. But if it's a concede game from Dolph's side, it will be 240.
Honestly, I think they shot it. It's pointless. I mean,
yeah.
The goalies ran away. They survived. It's all right.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So let me just end the stream here quickly, guys. John, thank you very much for joining. Charlie, thanks so much for joining for commentary. Dolfie and Micheal, thank you for the game. It was pretty cool. Very short though. We wanted a bit longer though, guys. So, but thanks very much for the game. And yes, join us next time for another stream. I'll post in the WhatsApp groups when the next stream is going up. Thanks very much to everyone joining. Dolph, Micheal, well done on the win. I'll be in contact with you with the necessary arrangements. Yes, guys, join us next time. Thumbs up if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't. Comment in the comments below. Video will be on YouTube soon. So, yes, and see you guys later. Peace out.
Cheers.